August the 5th, 8:13, 6 p.m. All supervisors present. We'll pledge the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you got a copy of the minutes and the treasurer's report and the bills. Is there any correction?
The only one I see is maybe, instead of Troy, it might have been Drew.
Okay. I have a couple names to add to that too, so I'll type up a new minute.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept it.
Okay. Any other corrections? If not, I need a motion to...
Bob made the motion.
Oh, Bob,
I'll second.
okay. How do you vote, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Vince Dodson, you're first on the list.
I'm just here to check on
Observe the
passing of the
proceedings.
ordinance.
It's up for a vote tonight, and if the supervisors vote and decide to pass it, it's effective in 5 days per the language. It's been approved by the Bedford County Planning Commission. I made the changes and were put into law in December of last year, so we should be good to go.
I read a copy. That's good.
Anything else? Okay, Barb, vote on.
I'm here while recording the meeting, and I'm wondering how long it's going to take till the landlord is going to be charged for digging a hole and breaking a sewage pipe and not informing me of the living conditions there, when he was supposed to in 2007 by Dean Schuler, and why I wasn't notified in 2007 when Dean was there on an investigation.
There is pending litigation, and this hole that you're talking about, it's not part of the litigation. When was the hole dug?
It was dug in May 2010.
There's pending litigation on the case, as everybody knows. I'm not going to comment more about it. So we've addressed it.
So eventually he's going to get charged for violating the ordinance.
Civil case is already filed against him, yeah.
Okay, and
Case
he's...
is already filed against him.
Can you ask me why Dean never charged him, but yet charged?
I can't answer those questions. All I can tell you is we've got the civil case pending, and at this stage I'm not going to comment upon it because it's in court.
Okay, but you never called me back whenever I asked. The last meeting I was there in June, I asked Kathy, and Kathy said that she would tell you to call me.
The supervisors went out and looked the last time you were here when I was here.
Yeah, we
Went out and checked that issue, and there appeared to be no issue, okay? Since that time, I haven't.
Yeah, and they sent me a letter. They sent me a letter documenting that. Why didn't somebody send me a letter in 2007 when Dean was there?
I don't know why there wasn't a letter sent in 2007. All I can tell you is we've been addressing the issue in the litigation, and that's the most that I can comment about it. The recent thing that you raised, supervisors went out, checked, and sent the letter back. There was no issue that they could tell. So we've addressed what we can at this stage, and we're still addressing it in the lawsuit itself.
Okay. And your secretary had said that she would have you call me. Are you going to ever
I'm not
call
going to. I'm not going to return a call and discuss the merits of the litigation because of the pending case.
Okay.
Okay. But the case is pending. We are working through the case. There have been additional parties that have been joined in the case, and that's all public record in the courthouse.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Shane, do you have any? How about,
No.
okay, Jimmy McDonald? Nothing. John Claxton?
Yes, I've got several things. I see you got over $400,000. I was wondering where your bond was at. I think Sebastian said it was 400.
It's 450. We just
We
upped
raised
it.
it.
Oh, you, okay, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that gets me a little itsy when,
Yes, okay.
I make them raise it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure, I didn't see anything where that had happened or not. And the yard's being mowed, you just have an ordinance against that, correct?
There's a nuisance ordinance that requires if the grass gets higher than 6 or 8 inches in height, that it has to be mowed.
Okay, down across from one of the ones that I go look at every day is down across from the meat market. It's gotta be a foot, foot and a half high.
Do you know who the,
Talking about Iker. Isn't Iker?
No, it's not accurate.
Yeah, Brad Aker.
Oh, Brad there?
So I thought that's who it was.
Yeah. It's being mowed now.
I thought I had a horse.
2 horses in it. It's being mowed. It's a work in progress.
So, and the other thing, I was wondering why you guys were mowing with a zero turn instead of the mower for along the side of the road.
Well, we did that, we started doing it because it made the roads look better. It made them really wider, it looked wider, and it really made a nice job on them. So that's why.
It seems to take so much longer.
No, don't.
No, it don't really. No.
Not just to mow the edges on.
Just the edges, that's all. And we'll put the big mower on and then we'll do the back.
It's a lot of work putting that big mower on.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Okay. How about Donna?
No.
How about Romeo?
Just curious if there's any progress events or nothing like that yet.
No, I told you it'd be a while.
Yeah, okay. Nothing.
Is that it? Steve Waller,
nothing right now.
Bonnie. Food bank.
Just here for the ordinance.
We know he's waiting on.
Brad Allison.
Okay, first thing tonight, of course, is the amended subdivision land development ordinance. I have a fresh copy printed for you. It's been officially reviewed and commented upon. Planning Commission made their requested revisions pursuant to the changes in the law. It appears in order to have you go ahead and make a motion to adopt it. It's been properly advertised in the Gazette in accordance with the law. I think everything's in order.
Well, we need a motion to adopt this new subdivision ordinance. So it takes in 5 instead of 3, right?
Yeah, the minor, under the draft that's here, a minor subdivision is up to 5 lots to be subdivided from the parent tract. When you get to lot 6, you're into a major subdivision.
That's cool.
Yeah,
The 5th lot is the parent tract, or not?
well,
5 plus the parent tract?
if the parent tract is cut up into 5 lots, then that is a minor.
Yeah.
So if you've got the parent lot and 5 more lots still, that's 6, that's a
Okay,
major.
that's what I want to clarify.
Yep.
I thought that's the way.
Yeah, and to make everybody aware, there has been a amount of confusion over the fact that for sewage facility planning purposes, as Vince understands, they have 10 lots, okay? Well, the subdivision ordinance says for a minor, it's 5 lots, not 10. So you don't get to have 10 cuts off of the parent tract and still follow into a minor. It's 5. And that's that ordinance that I've given you and that you're getting ready to make a motion upon is consistent with a variety of the ordinances already in place in Bedford County since the late 90s. It was called the Kimmel Township form. It's consistent with ordinances in Blair and Huntington County as well. So there is a distinction. For subdivision purposes, 5 is the cutting line between the minor and the major. Okay?
Yeah.
Question on that, Brad. Is that 5 sales, or does gifts of equity of land value count towards?
Well, when you say gifts, if you have a piece of ground that's cut up into 5 lots, if you even cut one piece off of ground, whether you're giving it, whether you're selling it, whatever you're doing, that's a subdivision that has to come through the township for approval of a plan. So if you're giving 5 pieces of ground off of the parent tract, and you have the parent tract and these 5 gift pieces, you have a major subdivision under the current law within the next 5 days if they approve it tonight.
Thank you.
Yep.
Before, back several years ago, when I was involved, when you had something that was called a lot addition, where you had we had a tract that maybe was an acre of ground, the guy built a house on it, now he wants to build a garage, which is going to incur no sewage, no water facilities, and he gets another 25 feet of ground. Now that was only considered one lot because it was a lot addition. Now, do you consider that 1 or 2?
You still have to bring a plan to it's referenced in there.
Yeah,
A side lot addition and or property line change still has to have a plan brought to the supervisors
But
of
what
minor
does it
subdivision.
count?
Well, it counts as part of the subdivision. It's considered a subdivision, if you will, so you have to bring it in here for approval.
I realize that. You have to have it run through the
what they-
township. But does it count 1 or 2?
Well, if you're getting a piece off of somebody else, and you're not changing your piece, then it's just a one cut off of the other piece.
But if you were to take it and merge it into the other, then it's still one lot.
Well, it becomes one lot ultimately.
Ultimately,
But it still requires subdivision approval.
Okay, that's.
yeah, it'll be merged with the other lot, new deed written to cover
Yeah.
both pieces, and it's still.
Once it's
That's right.
approved by the township, it becomes one lot.
Yeah, then you can, if you're so inclined, you can do the perimeter description and do one piece. That way you don't have to
Most
pay 2
townships,
sets of taxes.
most townships in Blair, they require it to be merged and the lot line removed because it's not big enough to put anything on it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just did one in
Yeah,
Blair
some of them
Township,
do
and
require it.
They require
Yeah.
you to put lot line to be removed, and they require it to be merged into the other lot.
Routinely in this county, we've had people complain, well, then we have to go back through subdivision.
know.
You know how it is.
Yeah, but they still have to go through the
Yep,
subdivision
still have to.
process.
Still have to go through.
The final,
Yeah, if you ever want to change it back or sell the same piece back to the original owner,
then you had to go back to
then
the
you have to go
subdivision.
through subdivision approval once you merge the 2 titles together.
Okay, we got a motion on here for the new subdivision.
Amended subdivision.
Yeah, 5, so.
It would be number 40, wouldn't it?
Number 40.
Yeah. I'll make the motion to accept it.
I'll second
Okay, how do you vote, Bob?
it. Yes.
John?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, well, once you guys sign that all and Kathy seals it with the date on, then we can get that recorded in the,
I'll get it and give it to you
okay,
before you leave.
that's fine.
Because I'll get them to sign 2 copies, one to let here and one to give to you. Okay?
Really, beyond that for me, I have stuff that has to be of a litigation nature, whether pending or potential, and that has to be handled in executive session.
Okay. Is that already got that number?
Yep.
Okay, J1?
Yes,
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
In regards to the pending lot off of Ben Isley's farm, where do we stand on that currently?
Les, you talked to my dad. You know what's
Yeah, I
going on.
talked to Benny, he showed me his deed, he bought the Croc farm in 1982. Now, we already talked about the 10 acre.
Yeah.
So if you owned it before 1987, he can do it.
You can still do
But
the
that's
10
not
acre
what we're-
exempt.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to understand
Okay.
that. But he already said that there was the church down there, and they come back and needed more for a parking lot.
Mhm.
And that made it 2 subdivisions.
Okay.
And the home place made 3.
Okay.
So now we're into the 5, so you should be okay now for whichever route you want to go.
If they don't have, under the current ordinance, if there wouldn't be more than, 5 cuts total, then they should be okay for a minor subdivision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only 3.
It
so
helps
far.
because the old ordinance, you could do 2, and that was it. At the third one, you had to submit a major, which was a pain
Yeah, that's,
and a lot of extra expense. Now with expanding a little bit, you can get a simple minor, and that's often what you have with family property street plane.
now, did Jins ever consider the 10-acre down there? I mean, that's up to
My
you.
daughter has her heart set on this, what's in the process right now.
Okay.
But you understand the Croc place is on its own deed.
The farm, the home place is
farm.
They should be able to do what they want.
You're planning on submitting a plan once this ordinance goes into effect, correct?
The plan has already been
When did you submit the plan?
January.
Yeah, but that was the one that I gave you and we sent to Layman's and it went back.
Yes, it went back because of the problem.
Yes.
To who?
Meaning back to these guys because they didn't want to submit for a major subdivision.
Yeah, because
That's
there's
right.
only 3 subdivisions.
That's
back
right.
then. Now we got 5.
Now we have 5, so you have to resubmit the plan, and you get 5. You have up to 5 lots out of the parent tract. That is a minor subdivision. Otherwise, to do a major, you got to do all of the extra stuff, the
Yeah.
stormwater. So now you
It's
resubmit
easier.
the plan. It's easier. Yes.
Yeah, you can go.
Who did the? Are you doing the drawing for these folks or not?
Who did your
Who
surveying?
did
Brad?
Survey Rick Steele.
Okay.
So then you guys then need to get the plan and get it back to us
Bring
again.
it to the township. Rick's very familiar with. He
Okay.
should be. I deal with Rick all the time.
Okay.
And if he gets the plan into Kathy, they may, depending upon their decision tonight, end up having a special meeting this month anyway.
Okay.
So as soon as we get to August 10th, this ordinance is effective, okay?
Okay.
Get that plan in right after that,
Okay.
so that we can see it.
What about the sewer plan?
Well, the sewer plan still has to be approved by, if it was already approved by the Bedford County Sanitary Court,
Yes.
then there's really nothing more for us to do other than to just pass the same blessing if it's been sent on to DEP. If DEP has sent it back and given its blessing, then there's nothing more to do.
Okay. Was that ever sent on to the?
I don't know whether it was or whether it wasn't.
It was sent from
No.
Layman back to
No.
you guys. And
So
that's
what-
all the,
so
I
what
don't
we
know where
have-
it went from
What we
there.
have to do is,
Because you guys should have got a letter from Layman.
the Bedford County Planning Commission.
By my letter you did.
Bedford County Sanitary Court, you would submit it onto the township. If the sanitary court is okay with it, then we would submit it on to DEP and wait for it to come back from DEP.
Okay.
So I don't recall that there was any major issue with the sewer plan in and of itself. It was the difference between a major and a minor subdivision
That's where
plan.
the trouble was.
Yeah.
Now some-
Because otherwise, you'd have gone through a heck of a lot of extra expense.
What are you counting down on the crop farm? What are you counting as lots?
Until we see the plan.
Well, they've already commented that there was X amount of lots. I just wanted to know what the.
Yeah, well, there was 3. Down at the church was 1, and then they come back for more for a parking house.
But that's
No,
an
they could've-
addition. That's a side lot
That
addition.
that's not gonna matter. It's still, you're gonna have 3 separate, until it's officially merged, you still have 3 lots. You've got the original lot, the other piece, and then the side lot addition.
Yeah.
What do you call officially merged?
Well, when you do a deed that adds it on and you do it.
There is a
under
deed.
description.
It's been through and they've already recorded the deed.
Well, then whenever you have a plan that's submitted to the township, they should be able to show that on a plan, how it's
Okay.
drawn. And that'll help clarify that.
So
All right.
advise Rick on to clarify
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
merger of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we need to see that, because if it's all one lot
If it looks
now,
like it's cut.
yeah, I can't remember this, there's a specific
There's 2
provision.
different dates, but it's been done in
Yeah.
survey and.
There's a
you
specific
surveyed
provision in
and
this
recorded it
ordinance
all.
that talks about this issue. And it may say, once it's merged, it's treated as one lot. I just can't verbatim without pulling back up, tell you guys exactly what it is.
Just what would have been the third?
The home place. that counts too, right?
Yeah.
As a
Whose own
subdivision.
place?
Pardon?
Crocs.
No, the Croc farm.
Okay, the Croc farm, okay.
It and two at the church.
Okay.
I made 3, so you'd have to go to a major subdivision.
Yeah, under
So
the old
now,
ordinance.
under the old one, so now you'll be under the new one.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we have 5 now.
yep.
I also need the sewer, the same.
So we're good to go.
Sure.
That's what we have.
You have any other questions?
The letter was sent to Rick Steelbrand.
Okay, I contacted
From
Rick and
The
Rick
letter
said.
was sent to him because
Okay.
it's,
Okay,
I have it CC'd here,
Okay,
okay.
okay?
thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Thank you.
Bob Brad, you're next.
That,
We answered that.
you answered us. We're good to go.
And you'll get, you know, if you ever buy any more property or divide or what have you, you know, you'll become more familiar with this ordinance over the course of time. Truthfully, it's a lot easier and better to deal with than that old ordinance. It was well timed that we got this one finally in, because that one created problems. And this isn't the only township that had that limited number of subdivisions. I'm trying to upgrade a pile of them now in Bedford County, because I have 30-some municipalities. So, you know, we're just trying to catch up.
Yeah.
On that plan, when he did the survey, he put a right-of-way in, we're gonna use a different right-of-way. Should I have him survey that different right-of-way on
Yeah.
that proposed
Yeah, you
plan?
better have it shown on.
Because
the
he
plan.
wanted to wait until the driveway was put in.
Yep, have it shown where the as-built is, that's what you're saying?
Well, the right-of-way.
Yeah, have that
Yeah.
shown on the plan.
Okay,
Yep.
Okay.
thank you.
How about you? Do you have anything else, Brad?
Well, 300 yards downstream on the Boiling Spring Road going in, there's a 4-foot culvert. 100 yards upstream at Harvest Lane, there's a 3-foot culvert. Now, can they cross that stream with a 4-foot culvert? I mean, is there anything stopping them from, I mean, they're in between.
I'm not aware that there's anything that stops it. As long as they have sufficient width to get across under the ordinance, and it's safe. Who put the culvert in? Was it put in by the property?
No, I'm saying, can we go ahead and put a culvert in?
Yeah,
Instead of putting a whole new right of way, it's taking them about a half mile to get to their
are you
house.
putting the culvert in on your ground?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not on the township right of way.
No.
Well, if you show you're putting a new culvert in, then as long as it's not gonna flow, the issue will be the stormwater flow, okay? And to the extent you put this new culvert in, we may have to at least have laymen look at that, because it may affect that water. There's a new ordinance you guys might be aware of. We put this new Bob's Creek, Dunnings Creek watershed, or I don't know if this property that you're talking about is even in that watershed. If it's not so much of a big issue, except that even in your general requirements, stormwater issues can be addressed, okay, even under a minor. So at least let laymen look at that.
Who is
You know,
layman?
Layman is our engineer. So you just make a notation, or have Rick make a notation on the plan
Okay.
that says the intent here is to put in a new culvert of whatever size and dimension. And then when you bring it in, you know, everybody's heard, and Kathy will know, we need to have laymen look at that issue. You know, because that's the only thing I conceivably can see.
I mean, you can step across the stream.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
I mean, is there any type of a, I don't know that, does DEP require there to be a permit to put a culvert in, a basic culvert? Well, laymen will be able to address that if they think they do.
Not that I know.
I'm not aware of it, but I'm not an engineer either. That's all I can think of right now.
So we talked to who about this?
When you talk with Rick to draw the plan up, and then when it's submitted, it will go on to layman engineers. And Rick should be able to address for you guys, the layman's comments. If you can't, then you'll have to get another engineer involved to help address it, if it even needs addressed. But layman will know whether or not DEP has to give a permit for that.
Okay.
Okay, they'll address that in their comment letter to you guys.
Okay.
Okay? Because I don't know the answer to it offhand. They will, because they deal with it every day. Okay? That's a civil engineering issue.
Anything else, Brian?
Do you have anything
Do you
else?
have
Brad?
anything else?
That's all,
Brian?
that's all.
Oh, okay. How about you?
I came along with them just to help them understand it.
Okay. You have your questions?
No.
Okay. Okay, we're ready with old business. Do you have any old business, Bob?
No.
How about you?
Did Roger look at a copy of that, deal for that truck? Did you look at it? Did you look at that? Give him that copy. That's what, pretty cheap. And Kathy, you're still working on that,
I'm registered with CoStars,
but you're
but
gonna,
I cannot get that guy to call me back. I need that,
well, he can't give you the VIN number until you order.
okay, because I need, well, that buyer's thing I need,
Soon,
Okay.
well, as soon as you,
okay,
as soon as we get this rolling, then you can call him right away.
okay. Yeah, I'm good with CoStars, I'm good.
And this is under the CoStar's program, so it doesn't have to be additionally bid?
Right,
would need
right.
Okay.
That's right.
in documentation to put
And I've talked to George on what we can do
Yeah.
that way.
Okay. That's why they have that, I mean, it's
Yeah.
already been bid
You know-
statewide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're clearing everything.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Okay, I guess we'll go to new business. I don't have anything.
I don't either.
Okay. What do you got? Truck here, Bob?
Just, we need a motion
Okay. Okay, we need a motion here. We're talking about, Roger has the paperwork there on the new truck that we're talking about getting.
Oh, you want my diesel or gas?
These,
There's a bid
Pick up
there,
or dump?
there's a bid there for both.
Pardon?
The
Right.
pickup or the
See
dump?
that?
Dump truck. 550.
Well, we can be excused, Kevin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you're-
are, yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for your help, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
let's see.
No,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Brad.
no.
Thanks, Bob.
They're just gonna sign it and we're gonna record
Drawing itself.
Not painted yellow.
it.
You get yellow?
I haven't even looked at it till it's,
Might as well, it's lemon.
once it goes into effect, then it's official at that point in the township. says
Okay,
it's
we
good.
need a motion here.
All right, give me a call. Should be okay.
Yeah, as soon as it's effective, then I'll look at
You
it.
make
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Brad, Roger.
I'll second.
Roger, Bob second.
Who made the motion?
Roger.
How do you vote? Brad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going with diesel.
Diesel.
Make sure it's yellow, it's a lemon, it's a Ford.
Does it say it's yellow?
Should be yellow.
Oh,
It's a Ford, it's a lemon.
I'm gonna drive it in before. And you're going with Keith's for the bed.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, I will give that guy a call tomorrow.
You okay?
We're good.
Do you have anything else? You Roger? I don't either, so Kathy, it's up
All
to
I
you.
had was to let you guys know that I was registered with CoStar. That's all I have this month. There's your original.
Oh,
Just to make you guys aware, there's been a change in the stormwater management law in terms of these stormwater management districts, which would include the ordinance you guys just put into effect. So there's going to be a trickle down from the state to the county, most likely, to do some sort of a revamping of that ordinance, okay? I don't know if they're going to expand the map or what they're going to do. We just heard about it last Wednesday night. So sooner or later it'll be coming, but it'll be a while. But you just need to know that sooner or later we're going to have to do an amendment, but we can't do anything until the county does whatever they're supposed to do, okay?
okay, I don't have anything else.
No.
You, Roger? Kathy? Okay, now we haven't signed that before we.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
sign
so
that.
we can sign.
We gotta do this
You
first.
do that before you make a motion to go into an executive session.
Yeah,
You guys wanna make a motion to have a special meeting? This-
Yeah, if you're gonna have a special meeting to address
Yeah.
some of the plans. that
I'll
now-
make that motion to have a special meeting. What
Right.
date did you say?
I said next Monday, but are you gonna, is Brad and them gonna, Nice is gonna be ready by that time, or are you gonna do it right away for this
Well,
one?
next Monday will
You
be
better-
August,
We'll have to wait 5 days.
You just gotta wait
Yeah,
5
we gotta
days.
wait 5 days.
5 days.
So, I mean, you can have it next Monday. The ordinance will be effective then.
Okay, so when are you gonna have it?
Well, I wonder if Brad and them's gonna be ready.
I don't know. Maybe you wait
I have a
till,
feeling they're not gonna be ready till August
Maybe
or
you
till
wait-
September.
maybe you wait till
Really?
the 19th,
Well,
the following.
well,
They're gonna
They're
have
gonna have
to redone the
layman's involved,
driveway
yes,
and
that's
it's gonna
right.
be September till they get that here to us.
I'd say you're right.
Well, you might as well have, you just might as well have your special, maybe have it, if you're not gonna have it next Monday night, you just wanna give sufficient time to get it in, so that, you know, if, he submits back here, then you don't have him screwing around if the plan looks okay.
Yeah.
I'd say to be safe, do it, if you guys on your schedule can do it the 19th of August, which is 2 Mondays from now, then, you know, do it then. But it's your choice, as long as you
Yeah.
got 5 days, it's effective within 5 days.
Yeah, cause the 12th is just the
Yeah.
5th day, so it's not,
Yeah, it'd be the 7th.
It's the 7th day,
okay.
yeah.
What do you guys think? Drew's waiting. Yeah.
But,
I would greatly appreciate it if it was next, cause we have to
Brad,
do the deed with Brad
I don't
and
think they're gonna make it. In another week. You,
It's quick.
with layman's and,
Well, layman's won't, well, I don't know, maybe they will, maybe, that's pretty quick. It's pretty quick.
We could go maybe a couple days over.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
next Thursday night or
yeah,
something,
something like that.
that's the 15th.
Would that,
I'm really going off of Brad on what he can, once it's submitted and Vince and I give him the drawings of, as long as we can get our thing turned around and have the deed and still give the bank a week for them to do their thing. That's the only thing I'm under the gun is with the bank. I have to give them time to get their stuff done so we can close before the end of the month.
So geez, so you better have the 12th then, guys, because I know how banks are.
It's you guys' decision, whatever.
well, I'll make a motion we have it at 12. So if
At
they're
4
ready,
o'clock?
if not.
4 o'clock in the
4 o'clock,
afternoon?
Yeah,
4 o'clock, yeah.
yeah. Need a second.
I'll second.
Yes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Send me a reminder, Kathy, so I can put it on
Okay.
the schedule.
I'm just putting for the purpose of extra township, odd
For
township,
general township
general township.
business purposes, yeah.
That way if they make
Okay,
it.
because I'll get that in the paper
Yeah.
Wednesday.
If they make it,
Yeah, if they make it, it'll be a,
be a plus.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done, guys.
We gotta sign
You
it
gotta sign that.
before we go to.
Yeah.
Start signing.
Just the top line and pass it on down. Two copies here, and then I'll give Brad one, I'll put one in here. I'm gonna send one to Layman's.
Did Vince give you what you wanted? What you and I
It
talked
went,
about?
the map went to Brad now, he can look at it once this is
Once
effective,
the ordinance is effective.
yeah.
Can you tell him if you want anything different, so when he submits it on the 12th, we don't have to change anything?
I'm not gonna even look at it before August 10th, which is the official effective date,
Okay.
just because of the law, for one side. I mean, I will have reviewed it by August 12th.
Let me sign and seal, Brad.
Yeah, we're gonna have that, she won't take it. We recorded your stormwater ordinance today, so we'll get you the book number and so forth.
Okay. That's yours.
All right, now go to the recorders.
Okay, I'm done. You guys wanna
Okay.
adjourn to
I
executive
guess
session or
we're
whatever?
gonna go into
Yeah,
executive session now.
executive session, somebody make it.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Everybody-
Yes.
Yes, yes. Clear, right?